Hello everyone. It's gotten to be a little warmer outside and it's time to start potting some of these things up into bigger pots. These are the plants that started 7 weeks ago inside. Been keeping them under lights. Lately they've been getting to go out during the warmer parts of the day and get a little direct sunlight. But as you can see, these plants are just gigantic. Check my video from February 18th. I'll show you when I planted these and how I planted them. And they've been staying here underneath these racks of lights here. You can see some other plants ready. But today these are like still in these little tiny little peat pots down in here. And as you can tell, they're getting to be quite crowded. We still got some cool nights coming up next week. So these are going to go into bigger pots and they'll be scattered everywhere I can get a little sunlight on them. I want to show you what I use for my potting mix when I'm repotting some of these plants. This is just some regular potting mix that you get from your garden center. And this is not like the potting mix you used to get years back. This is almost completely just chopped up pine bark, as near as I can tell. There's no dirt anymore. It's not really that great to use. So I find you've got to do a lot of work to get it better. I've started using a product here called azomite. It's got a lot of trace minerals in it. Found a little scoop I could use. It's just a powdery stuff, and I'll mix some of that in here with the potting mix. Close that up. At least get some of the trace minerals that your garden's going to be depleted with. This is one of my worm growing bins. I use the multi-stage one, which means the bottom stage is full of worm castings. Now that's just about as fine a pure fertilizer as you're going to find. So it's going to do wonders here for this potting mix. I'm going to put a good bit of it in. I got a lot of stuff to pot and I've only got 3 containers. So we're going to mix all that in there. Put this back so I've got some more for my next batch of potting soil. So then we're going to mix this stuff up. If you notice with this stuff, because so much of it is peat, it is incredibly dry. There's just no way you're going to get a plant in here and then get it watered. So we're going to have to mix some water in here with it to try and get this to where it won't just be so dried out it basically does the plant a lot more harm than good. So we're going to mix some water in it. It's just regular water, it's room temperature. Sometimes I'll work up a little fertilizer in it, but with all the worm castings I'm not going to worry about fertilizing at this point. The worm castings will take care of it. So let's mix some of this up now. Okay, now that I've got this partially moist, we're ready for the next step. We've been saving a winter's full of cottage cheese containers. They make great tomato and pepper containers. Just got to drill a few holes in the bottom of them. These are some we used last year, so they'll last you 2-3 years. And they're free. Keeps you from throwing them away or having to recycle them. Now I'm going to put just a little bit of dirt inside here. And then see if I can get lucky here and cut out one of these tomatoes in here. They're in a peat pellet pot trays. So we're going to pull one out. This is a bush early girl. Now they tell you can leave these in, but I've found plants where they never did manage to break through this stuff, and it kept the root ball all messed up. So I peel as much of this stuff off as I can. And it'll end up going through the compost pile. So we're going to take this little plant here, we're going to put him in and add a little dirt. Don't want to fill it to the top because as it grows, I'm going to want to bury it some more. So, okay, keep our label to go with it. And we got that one done. All right, now we'll move on to another one. This one looks like there's two in here growing. We'll figure out what to do once we get them pulled out. Yep. These are Juliets. That's a really nice, not a cherry tomato, but a little bit bigger, about a golf ball size tomato. If you haven't grown them, you might want to give them a try. Remember, this is a 7-week-old plant. I don't know if I can get them separated or not. So I may just have to pick one. That's a shame because it's two nice plants, but there's just not going to be enough when they've grown into each other. So we're going to pick one. Put that one in a bucket for the compost. And we'll get this one down in our soil. That's a Juliet. Every year some tomatoes do well and some don't, so I try and plant a pretty good variety of them to make sure that somewhere in there I got some tomatoes that are happy. Right, let's try one more. Peat pot out. Really should have done this earlier, but we've had so much cold weather I don't have enough places to keep the plants. This one is a jet setter. I've got two plants again, and pretty obvious which one to keep. If I had more time, it would have been nice if I could have gotten through there and trimmed the extra plants out when they were smaller. Do what we can do, and we do at least have some great plants here to start with. Haven't grown this particular one before, so we'll be giving it a try this year. So there's another one of those. Now let's switch my little container around here and let's see what some of the peppers look like. So let's see what we can cut out here on a pepper. And I got a Cajun Bell. That makes a small pepper, a little 3-inch pepper. Got a lot of flavor and a little bit of spice taste to it. We enjoy them. Got just a little bit of kick to them, not a lot. Peel this pot off. Put that pepper in there. It's a smaller plant, so I used a smaller size container because it just doesn't need a big old container at this point. So there's this Cajun Bell. I see us another nice one we'll do. Show you how we do them. And this is a Biscayne Cubanelle. Seems like my 2 seeds per pot, and looks like both seeds made it each time. See, if I put 1 seed, nothing comes up. If I do 2 seeds, they both come up. So, what can I say? Let's see if we can split this one. Yeah, it's not quite as busy, so we're going to get 2 plants out of this one. So, that's always good. There's a Cubanelle. See? Goes the other one. Nice root system. These are going to enjoy those earthworm castings. I'll give them a good drink of water. They'll be off and running in no time. So I'll just continue this till I get the rest of these done. Then we'll move on and show you some more things. Thank you for watching.